What's happening, everybody? Zachariah Jazz, back at it again. Sorry, I know it's been a long time since I've recorded anything. I've just been busy with the community and putting together this campaign and putting together action items, stuff like that. We just had the Day of Remembrance for the Chicano Rebellion, June 13th, 1971. We just had the 1-year anniversary of the shooting at Oñate, which unfortunately I wasn't there for. And to everybody who was there, I'm sorry that I wasn't there. And if you ever need an ear just to release some of that trauma of that day, know that I am here for you. As I'm recording this, it is 1:40 a.m. on the eve of Juneteenth. Now, the history of that day, I will not get into right now here, but I will upload a link to an article published by Hood Communists. Very informative and valuable information if you want to understand the history revolving that day all those years ago. I'm just going to give my opinion and tell you how I feel about the government making it a national holiday and what I feel are some of the ramifications of that. So, I feel that we as Black people shouldn't be grateful for this. We shouldn't be grateful that the government gave us a national holiday in remembrance of the day that news of the Emancipation Proclamation had reached Texas. Supposedly had reached Texas. You can read more about that in the article, but people were saying, we need a day off to be able to reflect and remember where we came from. But forget that we're the working class and we control the means of distribution, right? We run the country. And that's not just Black people, Black, brown people, white people. We run this motherfucker. If that's what we wanted to do, we could just all walk out, and what are they gonna do? They ain't gonna fire all of us, right? But not only myself, but also a lot of members of the Black community too feel that this liberal act leads to whitewashing and propagandize and monopolize, and just like corporations like Walmart, shit like that, made Black Lives Matter t-shirts. Now there's an opportunity to make money off of Juneteenth and their story behind Juneteenth. And if I say there, as in the federal government, white supremacy, right? Also, I believe the way that it affects the Black community is it gives racists another reason to be racist, right? It's another reason to give racists an argument to try and attempt to debunk systemic racism. It's like, Obama was president for 8 years. Systemic racism doesn't exist. You have a Black mayor, you have a Black governor, systemic racism doesn't exist. You have Black cops, Black officers, Black community outreach individuals. There's no systemic racism. Government gave you your own holiday to recognize the Emancipation Proclamation on Juneteenth. Systemic racism doesn't exist. We gave you guys everything, your welfare, your food stamps, your government assistance, You just want free handouts. gave you a freaking holiday. If you don't like it, get out. Right? That's a good impression, huh? Yeah, I spent my whole life listening to it. That's why I don't like the fact that we were given this national holiday, and any suggestion that we should be grateful for that is absurd. Be grateful to our oppressors for honoring a day that didn't really change too much of anything, though, right? Because slavery just changed from individual people owning black people to, in chains, to criminalizing black people with gentrification and forcing them into impoverished neighborhoods, giving them drugs and guns, and late opening their private prisons and shit like that, and then forcing us to work from these prisons. It just changed. Slavery just changed from one form to another. And Abraham Lincoln, he wasn't a saint. He wasn't our savior. He wasn't our liberator. He he accommodated members of the Confederacy. He, after the Civil War, he brought back into the Union former Confederate, leaders and generals. It's part of what has led to our problems today and why our problems still continue today. Right? I mean, and that's an example of privilege and pandering to racism and upholding white supremacy. Because, the South wouldn't still be waving Confederate flags and claiming, oh, it's my heritage, this, that, and the other, while claiming not to be racist and saying that it isn't racist when we're telling them that it is. This is his fault. Sorry. That's just how it is. And allowing any government to have a part in this is absurd, and it's insulting. So next time we feel we deserve a holiday, or we need one, to commemorate Black lives and Black death, and to remember those whose lives have been taken unjustly through slavery, through police killings, through white supremacist acts of terrorism, we're going to take it and make it ours. We're going to appropriate it to our story and our truth, not some watered down whitewashing of what they want the truth to be. Never again. And it's disheartening, how many members of the Black community I've seen just today, call out other Black people that are like myself that are pissed off about this and say, oh, y'all niggas can't be grateful for anything, da 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 da. You're always gonna find something to cry about. Black people are saying this, and it's disgusting. It's disgusting. Tomorrow there will be tomorrow isn't Saturday, not this Friday, because today is Friday, and I still have yet to go to sleep. I'm gonna go to sleep after this. There will be 2 Juneteenth events here in Albuquerque, and I'm not gonna tell you which one to go to. I'm gonna tell you which one not to go to. I'm only gonna tell you which one I'm gonna go to. and that is the People's Juneteenth at the Dennis Chavez Community Center, where I volunteered to, my services with anything they need. Millions for Prisoners, Albuquerque, Building Black Power for New Mexico, Albuquerque Mutual Aid. That's where I'm gonna be. So, if you'd like to join me in celebrating the People's Juneteenth in honor of the true story, our true history, come out and join us. We're gonna have a good day. I love you guys. Woohoo.